that just really blows my mind. You see what I'm saying? Like, how can you say you're for black people and then you link up with white supremacists to be against other black people in your community? You know what I mean? Like, I think that the surveillance was working, and I think that all of the people sharing information worked, and somebody told the white supremacists that it's people in the black community that care more about being against drag queens and trans people than they do white supremacy and white supremacists. And now, like, the white supremacists are all in. You see what I'm saying? It's like almost, you feel me, from a real like grotesque way. You gotta really applaud white supremacists and conservatives for being able to fold their message and make individuals that they know that are dialectically opposed to them agree with them and say, you know what? I might disagree with you on some other things, but I think you're right about this trans drag stuff, man. And we should have prayer in schools. And how dare they say we can't have prayer in schools? We can have drag story hour. And it's just like, man. So let me get this straight. The same people that don't want your ass to pick up a book about the Constitution so you can understand how, yes, we don't have prayer in schools, it's against the Constitution. You see what I'm saying? The same people that say they want to conserve the Constitution is literally getting a whole bunch of goddamn support with people because they don't know the Constitution. You see what I'm saying?
Our children are captives to unhinged Marxist educators who are pushing inappropriate sexual, racial, and political material on our children from the youngest possible age. They're not old enough to think. The current education system is so upside down that school prayer is banned, but drag shows are absolutely allowed. Just do whatever you want. You can't teach the Bible, but you can teach children that men get pregnant and that kindergartners are allowed to pick their own gender. You can't talk about the Bible. You would not trust these people to babysit your children for 30 minutes, and we should not let them educate millions of American students 6 hours a day, year after year.
Let's unpackage what was said in that video. It's not inappropriate to teach manifest destiny and that it was European settlers' God-given right to settle from the Atlantic to the Pacific, but they deem it inappropriate to speak about settler colonialism and how indigenous land was stolen for this country to be created and for it to be existed. I thought the colonizers said that it's supposed to be separation of church and state, and y'all is getting mad about there not being prayer in the school, but y'all say y'all constitutionalists. You want to conserve the Constitution, but you saying things that are unconstitutional? Then the fake outrage about children in relationship to drag queens. You see what I'm saying? Last time I checked, when drag queens went to school to read to children wasn't coming up bang bang. You see what I'm saying? But hey, NRA, that sign line y'all pockets up, they love to make sure y'all don't talk about any policies dealing with children being pew-pewed and bang-bang. I care about the children so much, I'm going to pass all these laws against drag queens and against trans people, and I ain't going to pass no laws about gun violence, none at all. Then let's get into this dog whistle, man. These folks love to call anything they don't like communists, socialists, or Marxists, and they don't even know what any of those things is. America is the land of the free, where they will ban your ass from reading the book if it is against anything they believe. America is the land of the free, except if you're trying to learn Marxism or socialism or communism, and then I'm gonna say that's against freedom. And what's so insidious about that little video at the beginning of this is that no matter how racist the folks think you are, they don't like you, if you get a little bigoted enough about gender, about sexuality, oh, I'm on your side. I'm against dude, but he was spitting some truth when he was talking about them drag queens and them trans people. Education is elevation, and this the reason why they're attacking the curriculum, because they know if you pick up the wrong book, you'll know what he pulling when he talking about. It's nonsense. Donald Trump and them ain't got no issue with white history being a part of the core curriculum and black history being the elective. Donald Trump ain't got no issue in teaching Native kids that we have to kill the savage and save the man. This is the best education that's been for people of color in this country. I'm talking about literally people going out, man. I agree with Trump, man. He was right on this one. I'm talking about this man is there saying they got these unhinged Marxist educators teaching our children inappropriate things about sex and gender and race. And it's just like, man, listen, man, my 5-year-old, y'all didn't even teach him his ABCs yet. You feel me? I'm having to do that myself, but y'all taught my man the Pledge of Allegiance. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to hear shit about no propaganda. You feel me? Hey, it's people that's eating sleep for dinner. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about when it's time for policymakers to sit down and it's time for people to be able to get, you know what, how they get resources over there. Policymakers don't give a damn about them, what they got going on over there. But y'all more worried about what policymakers is doing. Man, it don't even make sense, man. Like, it don't even make sense. I swear it don't make sense to me. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got more beef with drag queens than you got white supremacists. You got more beef with drag queen story hour than you do with literal. I'm talking about. Think about how insidious this shit is, right? White supremacists are literally educating children to pick up firearms and go into schools and kill other children. You claim you care about children, but you only do it when it comes to a potential symbolic threat of kids being perverted when it comes to story hour. Now, we can acknowledge that both white supremacists and drag queens go into schools, right? Nobody how many school shootings have drag queens led to? None. It's black folks with more beef with drag queens and trans folks than they do white supremacy, and y'all trying to convince me I'm crazy? No, really. It's black folks linking up with literal white supremacists because they said something in opposition about trans people and drag queens that you agree with. Imagine being so dialectically opposed to trans people and drag people in your own community that you're willing to link up with the ops, white supremacists that is against everything going on in your community. Is trans people passing bills taking away reproductive freedom? No. Is trans people passing bills making it where we can't teach about black history or conflating black history with CRT? No. Is drag story hour leading to kids being brutalized in the classroom? No. But y'all convinced that pronouns and seeing gay people on TV is the biggest threat to the black community? I'm missing with that nonsense. There's been no drag queens that's done no. I'm talking about we can point to manifesto after manifesto after manifesto, you feel me, of different white supremacists saying they going in and shooting the kids or shooting people at Walmart or shooting people over here because of what somebody said on Fox, like white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? And to be clear, drag queens and trans women are not the same thing. So if you think you're going to be cute and pointing out that the trans man shot some people, you feel me, a few months ago, and you trying to conflate that with drag queens, it just showed us the reason why we need books in school. Because you don't even know the difference between a drag queen and a trans woman. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm talking about this is the part that blows my mind, man. I'm talking about the conservatives are so so masterful, you feel me, in propaganda. They've been able to convince people that we should be against intellectual thinking. On God. See what I'm saying? I'm talking about so masterful. Listen. The word woke has been into the American lexicon for decades, right? When that word got on the radar of conservatives, they so masterful with persuasion and propaganda, they've convinced the entire world that being woke is bad. So much where even you have black people, older black people that's been hearing the word woke their whole life, all of a sudden use that term, and they only use it in colloquial sense when they're talking about how conservatives use it. Oh yeah, you want to be too woken up these days. It's like, I'm talking about, listen. Conservatives has so masterfully pushed this propaganda. They almost have folded it where they can make it a generational war when they want to, young people, both or old people. When in actuality, it's literally just white supremacist speaking points. See what I'm saying? Back in my day, we didn't have all that gay shit on TV. Back in my day, we used to be able to pray in schools and we used to be able to whoop the kids with paddles. Back in my day, the men's was men's and the women's was women's. It's like, back in your day, you couldn't even express yourself. Back in your day, you practiced such horrible emotional intelligence as a full-blown grown person that's 40, 50, 60 years old. You sound like a dumbass to me right now. You see what I'm saying? Oh, back in my day, it's like, hey, listen, man. And I can just recognize the various ways in which white supremacy is folded into being something that's when you don't recognize it as white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? You would see it as generation wars. You would see it as a sexual perversion. You see what I'm saying? And it's the part right here how I know be fake care, right? When there's people that say that they care about kids and want to protect kids and drag queens, gonna fold that into the clergyman. Huh? When is you gonna fold your fake care for kids about policy surrounding swimming pools and guns? Like, I don't get that shit. You see what I'm saying? It's like, hey, as a black person, I don't know no policies that the trans community passed that make it where I get more stereotyped, more sentenced, more convicted, more arrested. I don't know no policies that the trans community passed. You see what I'm saying? And I peep game too. Like, the same way as policies being passed against black folks right now in the status quo meaning what's happening right now, it's the same bills being passed by the same people that's also attacking trans folks. But conservative propaganda is so good, it's convinced black people that the biggest threat you have is being called cis woman. The biggest threat you have is being called a cis man. The biggest threat that you have is being emasculated and the LGBTQ pushing their agenda on you and making it where your kids is watching cartoons kids. That's what we doing now. You see what I'm saying? Oh, consciously. So you condone a man wearing a dress? It's like, hey, listen. Let's go with your horrible characterization. Why does a man in a dress bother you so much? Why does a man in a dress make you feel so goddamn bothered that you got to become a keyboard warrior or you got to start literally agreeing with white supremacists? If all it is a man in a dress, why does that bother you so much when you literally linking up with not only linking up with the ops? So drag queens to kids is weird, but we can take our kids to Hooters and they can see all the cleavage and titties they want to. You see what I'm saying? Shit, hey. Drag shows in libraries with drag queens fully dressed like goddamn Disney queen characters and villains, that's inappropriate. But you can take your kid to an NBA game and during halftime, you can see the cheerleaders do all type of sexual innuendos, all type of moves. That shit not inappropriate. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, you can go take your kid to watch Little Mermaid and you ain't worried about the romance in that hole with Jasmine and goddamn Aladdin. I'm talking about the wrong thing. That's Mermaid. You know what I'm saying? No, Mermaid is who is it? That is Princess. Can't even think about it, man. But you know what I'm talking about, damn it. You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, the same people that say, I ain't got no issue with sexuality. I just don't want sexuality being pushed on the kids. Them the same people that's going to go up in arms because Disney decided to put two gay characters that's going to be doing the same exact goddamn thing that the straight characters do. Court, romance, date. They going off. Oh, man. But you want to convince me I'm sensitive, though. I'm sensitive, but you feel like an attack on you is being called cisgender. Come on, man. I just made a goddamn post on Facebook where I said, mothers and birthing people, and do you know people have to hop in the comment section and try to say you trying to erase mothers, you trying to erase women? Come on now. So let me get this straight. Right now, on the federal level, the state level, and the local level, we have literal policymakers attacking the reproductive freedom of women, and you are more worried about being called a birthing person. That shit blow my mind. I swear to God, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind so much. I'm talking about it blows my mind. You feel me? Hey, listen. Little black boys are being criminalized and being seen as adults at the age of 11 and 12, and you're more worried about them seeing men in dresses? Come on now. So the school to prison pipeline being ran by trans people? So how much do trans people profit from the school to prison pipeline, or do they not profit from it? So the same people that tell me, hey, consciously, you worried about the wrong thing in this community, man. You used to be conscious, but they ain't talking about that gay shit too much. It's like, hey, listen, man, I'm the same guy I've been since goddamn 2014. You feel me? I didn't start having a following until I started being more vocal about what I believe and what I think. You know? I didn't get the following and then started saying things or believing particular things to have a following. You feel me? And it's just shit that blow my mind. It really blow my mind that a motherfucker fix their mouth and say consciously is a sellout in the same breath of agreeing with white supremacists and selling out your community because you feel bothered by drag queens. Hey, man. What happened? Nah, so now I got daddy duties.
Cause she been more my best friend, Naya.
Nah, baby, she should be your friend.
She's not my friend no more cause she bullied my friend because when we just
Oh, she bullied your friend?
Yeah, she bullied Naya.
And what you do in response?
I told them don't fight, and I said this. What I said, Layla, this is Naya, and then she rolled her eyes at Naya, and Naya was so nice to Layla. And then what happened about this when Naya said, don't touch my best friend, and then I got shocked about Naya wasn't being nice, and I'm not gonna be her friend no more.
Yeah, you shouldn't be a bully's friend. What you can do is go get you a snack. Daddy gonna finish this TikTok live, and then we gonna do something.
Daddy, I don't want you to do TikTok.
I'm just finishing a few minutes on live.
It's not funny.
It's okay, baby. Get you a snack. When you come back out here, I'll be off. Yeah, she wasn't going for that. Y'all see my daughter be running me, you know what I'm saying? She be trying to demand some shit. But that's the reason why I be going out too, you feel me? I got kids too. I got 2 kids. You see what I'm saying? I don't want my kids learning some bullshit behind about trans people attacking them. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong, Izzy?
And Layla, you wanna know what happened? What Layla said to me?
What she saying?
This is what she said. Don't be her best friend, cause y'all.
She was doing her hands like that too?
Yes, she been doing like that.
She was doing that?
Yes. And I got so shocked about she was sassy, cause when we just met, I was shy to her, and she thought I won't hurt you.
So you was nice to her, and in response, she was mean to you?
Yeah, she was mean to me now, cause when we just met, she was nice to me, but now she's not.
Yeah, I don't think you should be around her no more. I think you should. I wasn't
around her. She was around me.
Yeah. Did you tell her this happened at school?
What?
Does it happen at school?
Yeah, that happened at school and in the bus.
Did you tell the teacher and the bus driver?
Yes.
And what's the bus driver say? And what the teacher say?
The teacher said if she was your friend, don't be her best friend. But the bus driver said you should sit by Layla because I didn't offer to you to sit down to sit by Layla.
Okay, tomorrow when Daddy walk you to the bus, I'll go talk to your bus driver, and then when I wake up, we'll talk to you about what happened in school too.
And I had a bad day at school.
You had a bad day at school?
Yes, because Layla been pushing me.
Let's talk.
Because Layla been pushing me in the heart when I almost was there in my classroom, and I got pushed. Because of Layla.
And based off what happened today, tomorrow, how you gonna deal with Layla tomorrow?
I'm just gonna annoy her tomorrow.
You gonna tell the teacher as well, right?
Yes. Because you remember that last time Zane was in the bus and Layla was in the bus stop and my brother was in the bus stop?
Right.
When Mama was here?
Yeah.
Layla was being mean because when I was playing with my brother when the bus almost come up, she said, "Don't play with your brother."
Yeah, we gonna talk to this. I'm just about to.
This is what she said. Don't talk to your brother like that. And I said, this is what I said. I can talk to my brother if I want because he's my brother. And
I'm glad you took it for your brother.
And that's what she said. And then she was bullying my brother, and I said, don't bully my brother, cause if you bully my brother, I won't be your friend no more.
That's what I'm glad you stood up to the bully, but make sure you don't get into a fight with the bully, okay? So once you say what you're gonna say, so listen, once you say your piece, once you say what you say, you walk away. You don't go back and forth. Y'all don't start getting into an argument. You don't do none of that. You just say, don't talk to my brother like that, and then you walk away. You see what I'm saying? Because listen, because if you get
walking away. Because this is what I said. Because when Mama was done talking, I just walked away. I just told my brother, because when Mama,
and you told Mama this too?
Yeah, because on the next day when we was with Mama,
yeah,
Layla was steam being mean, and I said,
yeah, I don't think Layla your friend, so I think you should just give her space. Make sure y'all stay away from each other.
She doesn't give me space. She was all around me.
Yeah, so I'm just saying just when you see her coming around, you move around, or you know what I'm saying, you're making sure she don't bother your peace too much.
Can I tell you something, Daddy?
Tell me.
When Mama was here, me and Zay
I'll talk to y'all later.
When me and Zay was having fun.
Hayden Coleman reveals he's pregnant with his second child. He's pregnant with his second child. Look at this picture. Look at these pictures. If y'all seen him on the streets, you would not approach him like a woman. This is a birthing person. You see what I'm saying? Here's the thing about reality. Whether you like it or not, it still exists. Whether you disagree with it or not, it still exists. When we say birthing person and mother, it's not erasing women had childs. It's not erasing women had babies. It's not erasing women get pregnant and have babies and have births. It's also acknowledging that there are other people that also have it. You see what I'm saying? Man he got grow more facial hairs than me. You see what I'm saying? Like what? I'm really annoyed with a lot of y'all at this point. You see what I'm saying? And this the homie too, if y'all didn't know. You should go follow them on their page so you can learn more about birthing people and how they are fathering kids. You see what I'm saying?